welcome back to Cooking Conspiracy. A little bit earlier than normal, but we're gonna make two main courses here. We got a first course coming. It's gonna be like a vodka pasta situation, followed by a tri-tip. I might make some sides to go with the tri-tip. I'm thinking maybe some mushrooms, onions, maybe some broccoli, maybe a baked potato. I don't know. We got options. But before that, we got our routines that we gotta go. What's going on, Bryce? How you doing? Good. Got out of the boat today. Now just getting set to make some food. So it's gonna be good. We got a mango here. Put it up on its side. There we go. Very good, man. I don't know, Ian Conan. I think you probably should go to church. You might get some better answers there, buddy. It's like a blooming onion, but it's a mango. What's up, Dom? Alright, some nice little mango pieces there. And if we need more, we'll cut the other side out. But they are delicious. We'll see how much juice they put off. Damn it, that's not working. This ain't working, folks. All this is doing is making a mess. Yeah, you're better off trying to muddle this in a cocktail shaker, but I don't know why I went this route. Yeah, that didn't work as planned. There we go. This will be better. Much better. more mango, but that's okay though. What's up, JW? Oh, Kramer. There's nothing in the bowl. The bowl was a bad idea. Mango's what's in the bowl. Oh, what's going on, Sadie girl? Welcome back. Is it kosher? I don't know. It's really not one of my priorities in life. Oh. Got all that mashed up. I don't know. Is a margarita kosher? If margarita is kosher, this is kosher. So we got that in there. We need to go grab some ice. We need to grab a glass. All right. There we go. Wrap that around the inside, just like that. Yeah, that's not working. Screw it. No garnish tonight. Couple big pieces of ice in there. Ice goes in. Oh, well, Murray, it probably would, you know, if you leave your stove on all night, that might kill you too, but, you know, who knows. Move the cup so we can see. So we got ice, a crushed mango in there. Let's see, where'd my measuring tool go? Let's do ounce of triple sec, yeah. That goes in. Now Murray's special here. If you know, you know. We'll do about 2 ounces of tequila in there. And I don't think it's going to need simple syrup. I think it's going to be sweet enough. And you can definitely salt your rim if you wanted to do a salty rim job, but I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, give it a good shake. Anita! I really hope I don't have to get the strainer out of here, but I'm probably going to. Hey! Oh yeah, I was freshen it up. So you can't use a little, built-in filter. It's all right. You got that one. Still a lot of liquid in there. You just might have to burp it a little bit. There. Little mango margarita here. If you like mango, you like tequila, you'll like this one. And we're just going to give it a little hint of lemon juice because I think it'll make it better. There you go. And put a little umbrella on it and you're in business, all right? Yeah, now that we've fiddled around, it's been a long day. I was out in the sun for a while today. Now we've messed around with that, we're gonna go start cooking. So first, yeah, I mean I'm siding with Kramer on this one. I'm not putting an egg in it. That's a margarita. But yeah, I don't think anybody cares about Peter North's tool. I think Kramer's right. I don't know. It's nice, Murray. Maybe you should have paid attention in science class in high school. Alright. So, it's got a little white onion here. We're going to just dice this guy up. And this is what the main course is going to be, by the way. I could, but I feel that would be giving you some sort of sexual gratification, CEG, and I'm not going to do that for free. Oh, yeah, that's why they got contrails in the sky. Listen, I would give your theory some credit, Murray, but alcohol has predated every modern government known to man. It ain't exactly a new thing. Go. I mean, I think it's obvious that the government doesn't care about our money or health. I think RFK is on the right track with Make America Healthy again. But if you're relying on the government for your health, you've already lost the battle, you know? Where's my trash bowl at? That preheat, gonna rinse all this out so it doesn't get really sticky. What's that just looking? Well, I think you should continue drinking, Murray. And my question is, Murray, if you didn't believe the government before, and you don't think the government cares about your health, why would you believe them about that chemical there? We're gonna make a welcome back, Sadie girl. You know, I'm still waiting for your visit here. But we are making kind of just like a vodka sauce pasta for the first course, and then we're gonna do a tri-tip for the second course. Fortunately, I'm out of olive oil, so we're gonna have to adapt a little bit. But guess what? I'll be okay. We're in the talking stage. We'll see how it goes. Out of oil, but we can make it work with butter. We'll be okay. Pan's not up temperature yet. That's all right. We'll be fine. Isn't that like cow's stomach or something? Hit that with a little. Careful what you wish for, Sadie. Just gotta pass the background check and the Facebook stalk and all that good stuff, you know? My sister's husband's mom drank one. Oh, Murray, did she eat a lot of cookies and processed foods? Oh man, was she a chronic smoker? Let's not go be blaming the booze on the cancer. Or the cancer on the booze. I can just let those kind of chill for a little bit. Yeah, that's a big if. For very simple stuff that's not screwed up. I told you, we're making rigatoni in a vodka sauce for the first course. Then we're going to make a little tri-tip steak action, alright? Yep. Your point? That's a government funded agency. You think you can trust them? that the same agency that said China didn't start COVID? Oh yeah, of course, Sadie. Anything past rare, well, I will give anything past medium rare as an insult to the cow's life. I'll probably have leftover pasta, that's alright. I think it's chief executive something, but I don't know what the G could possibly stand for. Do you have any ideas, Kramer? That's very valid, Murray. It's a good conspiratorial idea there. I mean, there was definitely a scientist, I think his name was Gary Pulver or something, but he put a lot of good articles out on the subject, Murray. I think you should look him up. But then again, he was also the last drunk standing in his field, so what do I know? Uh, 5 to 6 p.m., 6 p.m. It's also a really good study out of England that going to the pub every night with your boys or with your mates or whatever you want to call them, as they found those people were much better healthy and lived longer than the people that did not drink at all that stayed home with their nagging wives. You should look it up. This is Cooking Conspiracy, Chief Executive Goober. I would say that GC sounds for, crotch goblin, but the letters are inverted. But it could be like one of them fancy titles where the last name comes first, Chief Executive, Crotch Goblin. East Coast time? Yeah. We're just going to cook the breakfast sausage through. Cows are dumb. Having worked with cows, cleaned horse stables plenty of times. That was kind of the high school job there. And then in school, I had a buddy who had, kind of his parents didn't were well off. They had a hobby farm, so they started raising yaks or whatever. So I worked with them a little bit. But well, yeah, because they're pasty white and they all get skin cancer because they love sailing and skiing. What do you expect to happen? Yeah, let's get a couple of cloves of garlic all diced up, ready to go. You know what? Don't want to waste it. Yeah, mangoes are kind of a pain in the ass to clean because they got a really weird pit action. It was just like a high school farm mucking stables or whatever. And buddy in college, they let us play around on the land if we help them castrate and vaccinate the yak herd once a year. So, worked out. I don't want to say worked on it, but beyond shoveling shit and throwing some hay and straw down, that's about all I did in high school. And just kind of the rubber band method and help vaccinate, you know. There, you gotta take the little grabber. It looks something like this. You put the rubber band on, you stretch it out, and then you go on from underneath. And get a good handful, pull them down, release them. What's up, Patrick from New Zealand? We were just talking about castrating cattle. No. But I hear in New Zealand, the men are men and the sheep are nervous, though. Oh, wow. You know, now you suggesting you're going to put a cock ring on me, Sadie? I don't know if I'm into the castration thing. Gumby Goomba. So we got the garlic. We're going to give it a good crush. Actually, that's my favorite joke for people from Idaho, Patrick, where the men are men and the sheep are nervous. But y'all know... Oh, God. Yeah. Y'all know, you know, where the Scots wear kilts, don't you? Them sheep can hear Zipper from a mile away. What's up, real deal? Murray, I think we should live and let live, but I'm more interested in barrel racing girl. I'm not trying to get into a threesome with you, Murray. So bet your luck. I'm just saying open relationship just based on what gender gets more matches on the Bumble and the Hinge and the Tinder. That doesn't work out too well for the men. Unless you're, you know, a millionaire or whatever. Oh, God, yeah. That's a one-way street. Some black pepper in there. Well, I don't know. I guess when I hear muck, that has certain connotations. It's like shit. No, clean your stable though. having trouble with the muck your stable metaphor. I thought it was ass play. The oregano won't hurt anything in there. A little bit of red pepper, yeah. I know how to two-step, although I'm terrible at it. I know you go to every so-called honky-tonk country club or whatever, and Copperhead Road comes on, and it's like everybody's got to do their pilgrimage to Mecca, and everybody sprints for the dance floor. Easy, all right. Mobile app. What kind of mobile app? Yeah, I got a couple pairs, but my dog keeps eating them. I mean, who can't use an extra 2 inches? I call them kind of my man heels, you know? I go from like this tall to like that tall. Nice flavor build up going there. We'll have to go outside and grab some basil here. 2 steps, well, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or to the side. I know how to 2-step, you know. Well, and then if you want to go that way, you add a little pressure. If you want to go that way, you let off a little bit, you know. Two-step is just about the only type of club dancing I like, you know. You mean the public library, Mortimer Goose? Because I may have been there for that. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless you're trying to do backflips and shit like that. I think that's likely, Kramer. Yeah, we're just making some pasta, you know, nice little vodka sauce. Got Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage, onion, garlic, seasoned up nicely, how I like it. Salt, pepper, oregano, red pepper. Then we're going to add some tomatoes in there, let it simmer, a little bit of cream, and well, there's a sidewalk that goes by there. There's an alley. And a little bit of vodka, let it simmer, go out into the garden, get some basil. You know, Mortimer, she may have been just behind her time. I mean, imagine how well off you would be today if they had OnlyFans in Grandma's day, Mortimer. Tomato sauce in, the least molested kind you can feel. Well, you know, I'm a lot easier to find than you are. You know, message me on Facebook. Same name, Cooking Conspiracy. I don't post much there. I'll know it's you. I still gotta do a background check to make sure that your stable's well built. Heat down a little bit there. We're gonna let it simmer for probably 20 minutes or so, and that'll be enough. We gotta get some water up to temperature anyways. Oh my God. People will be talking about her these days like they talk about Marilyn Monroe, Mortimer Goose. Local grocery store. You know, forget what it's called though. But it's on my way home from work. I'm gonna go pick some herb. Go get some basil. Be right back. So I got some basil in here. We're gonna roll it up like a cigar. Pasta. Well, Johnny, I can't believe that you don't have a better comeback than that. You know. Well, I bet your grandmother could cook a little bit better than Marilyn. Put your basil in there. That's something only a cuck would say, Johnny. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, some of my Thai basil and my Italian basil or Genovese basil, whatever, they've cross-pollinated. They've mongrelized. So now I got a couple basil plants that are kind of like mixed between the Thai basil and the Genovese basil. So keep those separate. What type of gag do you think Johnny uses more Goose? And feel free to weigh in as well, Murray. Hey, what's up, man? We're just playing with your food. I think that's likely. How far down the throat do you think Johnny can get it, Wally? Aloha, Joseph. It's nice to have you join, a fellow Islander. Oh, yeah, he takes it a different way, Wally Pizza. I didn't even consider that. Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, Possibly Taylor Swift because you could resell her articles of clothing for a very good price. Um, hmm. Katy Perry and Kesha always come to mind. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to think about that, Murray. Well, I think Johnny, if he's into the autoerotic asphyxiation thing, I just hope that he uses a spotter. You know, it's for safety. A mirror just isn't going to cut it. You need a real spotter if you're going to do that, Johnny. I can see that, Mortimer. Nah, 6:15 in Hawaii, Taylor. Joan Jett's a little bit past her prime, but back in the day, I could see that. I don't know. I think I prefer the 23-year-old bar girl trying to make it singing cover songs at any live music situation versus celebrity. Probably tries a little bit harder. Yeah. Turn the heat down. You don't want it to aggressively simmer. You just want it to simmer a little bit. That is sauce. Nobody, how you doing? Well, technically, Hawaii is in the U.S., but yes, I was in the Dallas area. That is factual. So let's go ahead, give an ounce of cream there. Actually, an ounce and a half. And if you want creamier, you're going to add Parmesan cheese here in a bit, so it's going to be okay. No, you weren't at a Diddy party. They see me rolling. We already established you're still trying to use your Yahoo email from 1999 to try to get a job. Equal amount of vodka to the cream there. You know, we might do a White Russian later, you know? Yeah, we knew that. We knew you were sucking teat of government subsidies. That's not something to be proud of. That's something that you shouldn't tell anybody about. Well, let's thicken down a little bit, you know? And the sillies are out. Well, I don't know. I think I got a ways to go before I gotta worry about that. Cool story, bro. It might have been more, but you know, I did go out on a little boating adventure, so. Let's go check out the pasta water's coming in another room. Let's go ahead and put the sausage back in the refrigerator. Looks like I missed some things in the chat. Yeah, well, because I can. Yeah, world's gonna be fine tomorrow, unless you live in Iran. I like, well, I think everybody likes white women they see me rolling, but the 90s email is because of how shitty of a screen name that you're kind of stuck with the email that you picked when you were about 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or whatever in the 90s, and he's been unemployed ever since. Doesn't know how to update his resume or CV or anything, whatever you're calling it, but I think more and more Goose is on the money. And we know They See Me Rolling is unemployed, and he's proud of it. I had to break it to you, They See Me Rolling. We're all on spectrum. That's why they call it a spectrum. Yeah, and you're still rocking that They See Me Rolling, they hating, trying to catch me riding dirty. Come on, we all know where that song comes from, buddy. You know, most people would say retired, but you're a fucking bum. Canina. I'm just cooking dinner. You come in, just talk shit, make yourself feel better. They see me rolling. You're telling me you're, 34 plus 25, 57, just cruising YouTube when you don't have a job. Come on. Yeah. And you came up with They See Me Rolling. Come on. You can do better. Oh, did Mortimer leave us? Panina. That's really coming together quite nicely. Yeah, he's just trolling. He's trying to go for the, oh, I'm a kid. Oh, you're such an asshole for arguing with teenagers on the internet. And he probably is an unemployed 57-year-old that has no life savings and is trying to sell plasma until he gets Social Security. Yeah, we all know that. That's like in, Happy Gilmore when Shooter McGavin says, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast, and then Happy comes back and says, you eat shit for breakfast? Come on, buddy. Alright, so I got plenty of noodles here. Into they go. Al dente, 12 minutes. Well, am I wrong, Mortimer? Am I wrong? Yeah, I do gotta go for a nice long run tomorrow. But I like to grate some Parmesan right into the sauce so it all melts together really nicely. Yep, buddy. you think he works hard enough to be a professional bum? I think some of the professional bums make a little bit of money, yeah? Just get every last bit off of this Parmesan rind. Be careful, don't grate your fingers. It's not worth it to get every last bit. We know you ain't a crypto millionaire. Keep scrolling, buddy. That's a good question, Wally. I bet 3. Yeah, the only people that go to karate class are kids that got picked on already, you know? Parmesan, we're going to sprinkle it around on top there. And now you're just kind of spraying and praying. You're probably one of them people that can't drink milk, so you try to pretend that, oh, 80% of the world is lactose intolerant. And no. You're weak because you didn't eat dairy. You know, they see me rolling. I think you need to go on a nature walk, you know? Because I don't think you're adding much to this world. You need to recenter yourself, find some zen. That Parmesan should thicken that sauce up nicely. I think we've had about enough of you today to see me rolling. Well, Joseph Gonzalez, I hear that they see me rolling as a submissive. That doesn't matter who's pegging him, he's down. Just as long as he gets a little shout out, a little bit of attention. Maybe a text message every now and then. Just somebody to make him feel like he actually exists, you know? It's about the texture I want to keep it at. That's nice. You're only 8.5 inches tall. You must be a midget. Name what show that's from, Mortimer. No, Wally Pizza got it. Give a little clear tasting taste spoon here. Good for you, Ralph. Good for you. See you tomorrow. They see me rolling. Yeah. I think he's good with prosthetic or, authentic. I don't think he really cares. Yeah, Kendall, you don't really add much to the world, and I'm sure you never took that nature walk like I told you, so why don't you go head back to your single wide trailer? You were being so peaceful, I completely forgot how annoying you were. We were gonna make up, and then life was gonna be good. But, hey, you're 3 months behind on your $200 a month trailer payment. Mm. Sorry. RV payment, even though it never moves. Nice thick. I got the texture I want. Will save some of the pasta water. And one, it's nice and starchy and salty. It's really good. Well, I don't know, real deal. I think probably a RAV4 would be more suitable to your needs. Do you really think we all need a RAV4 Mortimer Goose, or do you need a RV, Please be clear. What's up, Dud? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Apparently your credit. I think you would find a lot of my fans have RAV4s. Always save some of that salty pasta water just in case you need to thin your sauce out or want to season with it, I don't know. Some of it's alright. I think foo or fa or whatever you call it sucks ass, though, to be honest. I gotta put a little bit of meat in that soup. Prefab homes are pretty convenient. No, yeah, that's not bad. But I'm telling you right now, Kendall Gilliam doesn't live in that type of pre-manufactured homes. Yeah, it's time to pay your bills too. Or go look and classify ads for work, or go collect another Obama phone. You do you, honey. I'm just gonna take half a tablespoon of that water, that salty, starchy water, and we're gonna mix that in. I'm gonna mixer go. Maybe another half a tablespoon, just a little bit at a time until I get that perfect texture that I'm looking for. I think another half tablespoon will do it just right. That's very possible, Doug. But Vietnamese food wasn't popular where I grew up. I understand that some people love it, and that there's some of it that is probably really, really good. But I think the only, Vietnamese food that I could name is the pho. I mean, some of the stir fries are really, really good. Like what, Wally? I'm gonna go pull the pasta out on time as always. There's our noodles to sauce ratio here. What I miss, Wally? Oh, well, I haven't spent much time in San Jose. Well, the conspiracy is that, we did what we needed to do. That this isn't going to be another 20-year war in the Middle East. That's a conspiracy. I mean, what's the crowd think? Should I invite Sadie Girl out here or not? I need somebody to research that one for me. Yeah, Eddie Siciliano, you missed the cold, frozen beer or beer in the freezer, yeah. It'll buff out. Couple good cracks of black pepper. Now a little bit of Parmesan on top. Don't need much. This is more just for show than anything, because you already got plenty of Parmesan kind of in the mix there, Hold on, we got riots starting. What's this? Faux. Yeah. That's a good connection, Wally Pizza. That's possible. Use a tablespoon. Yeah. Yeah, probably should have used a smaller basil leaf for the garnish, but it's all right. Gotta take a picture. I might lose you here. All right, we're back. What's up, Hung Bunny? I mean, I added a lot of Parmesan in the sauce, so that's why I didn't add that much more. You know. So, I need a fork, don't I? And that GTFO. Kind of digging this intermittent fasting thing. Just for anybody that's just in that just got here, what we got here is just pasta sauce. There's a vodka sauce, so tomato, vodka, cream, seasoning, garlic, onion, breakfast sausage. What's up, Breeze? A little bit of basil, Parmesan cheese. Just cooked together, not that long. It only took probably 34 minutes to come together. Rigatoni and some black pepper on top, yeah. No, the alcohol is what evaporates first, so you're not gonna get tipsy off of it. I don't know. Supposedly it enriches the flavors or whatever, but it is pretty good though. What's up, Najee? I think more and more Goose might be onto it. And if you want more Parmesan on top, guess what? There's no rule saying you can't add more. But you definitely do want to mix it in so it melts. Thank you, Najee. It's kind of a 2-for-1 there, Kendall. But we're still waiting on what good you do for the world. I think Kendall still thinks her dad's gonna come back from buying cigarettes. Thank you, Wally Pizza. More Goose. I appreciate that. When Kendall cooks with vodka, none of it makes it to the pan. But I mean, I like this one because it's really easy. It's quick, it's easy. I think any of you I thought I was reading that real deal, and I thought I said I just tossed my salad, and I was gonna say, ooh, but tossed chicken sounds good though. Chicken wings, cheers, real deal. But really like this one because it's really rich, it's creamy, it's very good. Um, it doesn't taste. It tastes like a restaurant meal at home, and anyone can make it. You can substitute your proteins out if you don't want to use the pork. You could use ground beef and season that up. You could do it with shrimp. Uh, you could do it with chicken, but then you're gonna have to season the shit out of the chicken to get the same effect. Um, just really easy, really versatile. It's good. Um, and then you don't need anything fresh. You can make it with dried basil. You can leave the basil out entirely, and it's gonna be okay. Very simple, straightforward, delicious. Can you let us know what chitterlings are, Kendall? Chitlins are good. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing the chicken burgers. I mean, even if you get the ground chicken, that just doesn't stay together like a beef hamburger. You have to add some sort of binder in there. Yeah, you could do that, or a little bit of mayo or onion or breadcrumbs. You could do a lot of things. Uh, but if you're gonna go for a burger, just do a burger. And beef's the best for burger. There's a reason why we do it. Um, if you're using anything too lean, you gotta add in pork sausage anyways. Yeah, I mean you can do a lot of different things. I mean, but bottom line is you gotta mess with it. I mean, good ground beef you can just put into a patty and cook. Now be careful flipping it, but you'll probably be okay. And honestly, in the sauce, you could add a little bit of red wine too if you wanted to. And pretty much any red wine that you like would go excellent with this. Whether that's a Cabernet, a Pinot Noir, Bordeaux, whatever, it's going to work. Um, lick it clean, and then I'll let the dogs lick it clean. I just want to make sure that there's no garlic left in the sauce for them. I mean, it's cooked out, so it should be fine, but wiener tax will get paid, don't worry. Well, you gotta be more specific, Wally Pizza, because altruism doesn't exist. Everybody has an agenda, and they are doing what is best for them. Even if they're saying, "Oh, I'm just trying to be a nice guy," that's probably because it makes them feel better that they're being a nicer guy than everybody else, and they're worried about their status in the community. I mean, nobody does anything for anybody else other than themselves. There's your conspiracy of the day. Altruism does not exist. Now I guess it's time to start working on the second course, yeah? I mean, here's a conspiracy of the day that Kendall's mom shagged Sasquatch, and Sasquatch looked at the baby and Kendall's mom and was too ashamed to tell his friends about the encounter. Said that bitch was ugly. Fell from the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. They got a lot of carbs going on, so I think we're good with the carbs for now. So let's get some vegetables into our lives. Probably half a crown is plenty of vegetables for you. Honestly, probably a third of a crown would be the right amount for one side serving of broccoli. But, guess what? Things that don't make you fat, broccoli is pretty high up on the list of you can eat as much of it as you want. I would put the Parmesan away, but we're going to serve our broccoli with Parmesan on the top. It'll be excellent. So I get this. You don't want too much shaft. A little bit of shaft is okay. And then the most important part is just to get this all roughly the same size. That way it will cook at roughly the same rate, Then we might steam it, we might cook it in butter, we might do a lot of things with this. But we're ready to move on to our steak. So let's go ahead. You're not trying to blast it. I know I said I was going to make mushrooms and onions and stuff like that, but I don't think I need to. I might still. And then I guess we can do mushrooms at the same time. as the broccoli. It'll cook at roughly the same rate. I think it'll work out. So, worst case scenario, once again, they're vegetables. They're not going to make you fat. I don't care whatever smart ass is going to say, oh, no, it's a fungi. Well, maybe you need mushroom slapped because it grows on the ground. It'll be fine. Probably fire station cooking growing up, living in Italy, obviously, huge influence. Living in Japan was a big influence. But yeah. Also, my mother telling us our oven was broken for 30 years. Turns out the oven was not broken, let alone the stovetop. Hunger is a powerful motivator. See if we can get some charging capability in here. Oh yeah. Well, honestly, it's probably not a bad way to learn. I don't know if PBS is any good, but being that it's run by people with agendas, I probably didn't use enough salt. I think we're about out of oil, was kind of a bummer, but I think the steak has enough fat on one side of it, they'll be okay, alright? Work things, yeah. Well, I guess we're shit out of luck on this. So we're out of oil. Can't use butter because butter will burn, so we're just going to have to put it in raw. So we're going to put this side down first. There's a good amount of fat. We should be okay. Good sizzle. We'll give her about 2 minutes or so, then we'll rotate. This is kind of messed up cut. I'm now realizing why it was on sale. I think the butcher had been drinking. That's the only explanation. Well, the steak ain't exactly cut in a straight line. You're getting steaks, and this is a part of a family pack, so this is the fourth tri-tip that I've had in the last few days or whatnot. But you want your steaks to be a uniform thickness, and the reason why is they lay flat and they cook at the same rate. You don't want to be guessing, well, this part is still raw, but this one's well done. I mean, because I can tell this side is going to be cooked a lot. Is going to be overcooked, and this side is going to be undercooked. But dog treats, alright? So by the time I get a good sear on that side, you know, it'll be cooked all the way through, you know? Another thing you could do is you could have cut the steak in half so it'd be a little bit closer. I don't know what a steak weight is, but I assume it's just as useless as a shake weight. Maybe I'm wrong, Rob, but once again, you know, is that a pun, Wally? Pizza? I think that is a pun. Yeah, let's get the edges. How does one get into the meat cutting business, Wally Pizza? Well, I was just gonna say, kind of like a traffic stop on cops, JT. Is that how you know it's not gonna come out good? And this side's gonna be cooked way too much, and that side ain't gonna be cooked enough. I'll tell you that right now, JT. But what's up, Dobies? I'm just finishing off dinner here tonight. And remnants of a mango margarita, I guess you would call it. And substituted lime juice out with crushed mango. Wasn't bad. Yeah, tell me you're a dumbass without telling me you're a dumbass, JT. One, I seasoned it about an hour ago. Two, it's not burning yet, it's searing. Three, using butter is going to burn here unless you use a whole stick of it and bathe it in it. And if you were doing that, you would put it in the oven to finish it if you were using the butter method, dumbass. You hate? What does that mean? You hate yourself and you eat your feelings? Not a terrible sear. I don't think you know shit about good meat. Ismal. Maybe a goat. You probably know how to do goat sheep pretty good. I'll admit, I don't do a lot of mutton and I don't do a lot of goat either. Well, JT, sometimes if you got nothing better nice to say, it's better to say nothing at all. Well, at least I'm allowed to be within 500 feet of a playground, buddy. Let's go ahead and pull this off, let it rest. Now this side's going to be overdone, that side's going to be alright. That's just the way the meat was cut. Cool. Now you're going to put some butter in, so you want to let the temperature of the pan drop a little bit. So just go ahead, pull it off the heat, let it chill out. Yeah. Ciao, Saudi Arabia. What do you think of the world events from today? I am interested in your perspective. Right now, some broccoli and mushrooms go along with the tri-tip steak here. What's up, Rabina? So all the fat in there right now is beef fat. Let's go ahead, add your butter in there. You don't want to burn it, but I think we'll be okay there. Go ahead, mushrooms, broccoli in there. Make sure I get some salt on those guys. A little chili powder as well. You want some sort of flavor with them. And you go ahead and add garlic powder as well. We might have to steam these. Well, that's okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to steam these before we well, that's alright. We can do that. Give that about 3 minutes or so, and then we'll finish them. Yeah, I don't think he was flying the plane. But I do believe Iran did get bombed today, that's true. It's an interesting theory, Wally Pizza. What's up, Sema? How you doing? Right now, just some mushrooms and broccoli, you know? See, nothing up here for you. Nothing. There we go. Put that lemon juice in there. Now evaporate that liquid real quick, and then these will be nice and flavorful. Oh yeah, Penny likes it. What's up, VG? Let the water evaporate there. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Rabina. I jog. Occasionally lift weights. Once in a while I cycle. Go ahead, kill your heat. We're done with the heat for tonight. Unless I decide I want to do dessert. Well, we probably won't do dessert tonight for obvious reasons. Let's check our steak, see how we did on this. This side is going to be your medium side, that side is going to be your rare side. Oh, we didn't do too bad. Did okay. What's up, Elizabeth? Wanna? Oh, I need a fork again. Son of a. Thank you, Wally Pizza. Yeah, well, you're welcome to come on back as many times as you want, Ishmael. Don't sneak on the vegetables either. I don't know. We'll see what's on sale at the store tomorrow. You got any suggestions? I think that was a little bit of misdirected racism, Peter. Jeez. It's a weekend. Nah, I wish. I miss when I shop daily for groceries, but probably every 2, 3 days or so. Probably I'm at a grocery every other day. Because I'm still looking for a good grocery store where you can buy stuff that's not in giant family packs. That was something that I really, really loved about Japan. You can buy your meat or your chicken or your fish in servings for 1 or 2 people, or the family pack. Winners! Is that also? Ciao, Peter. Archer. Why would I do that, Peter? Okay. I've been to Prague. Big fan of Prague. Yeah, I made margarita, but that was it. Now just sipping on water, trying to get hydrated. Really want to get up early tomorrow morning, go for a good run, and head on to into the auto parts store or Walmart or whatever. I got some miscellaneous activities to do. I'll let dog go. Oh. Dinner, made a pasta. Pasta already disappeared. It was a nice little sausage, vodka, cream, tomato, salt, pepper, garlic, basil, uh, parmesan, of course. That came out really good. Um, now it's just a tri-tip steak. They were on sale, but not a bad cut of meat, but not great. Yeah, make sure to cut some scraps off for the little doggies. Yeah, Saturday dinner. I don't know what I'm going to do for Sunday dinner. Thank you, Dom. No, we will not be doing pho for Sunday dinner. I mean, although you might be able to convince me to, nah, not drinking tonight. Had a margarita, called it good. You might be able to convince me to do I don't know, like a rice noodle stir fry or something like that. Well, what about you, Wally Pizza? Are you on the faux train? Apparently not. Maybe Sadie Girl ran her off. I don't know. It's always kind of tasted like broth to me. Need to thicken that up, you know? Wieners would like this. Wieners! Yeah. Figure it out. Go. Wieners over there. Hey. Kiko. Yeah, we get into conspiracies sometimes. MW. Right now, you're gonna watch my dogs lick a plate, though. Kiko. Okay, you get that side. Okay, you made your choice. I guess you want that side then, Penny. Huh. Yeah. I got some bits and pieces, and I paid the cheese tax earlier. They've been paid. Pans cool down, they can take a crack at that as well. They're doing their job. All right, it's been fun. Thank y'all for joining. Hope to see y'all again. I know some of you came in here at the tail end. I was ditch Dottie. Man, I feel like Dottie might be bipolar because sometimes she's really nice and other times she's just terrible and mean. But hogs did not get shut out. They got let out and they came back in. But I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go take a walk, work this food coma into a food baby, if you know what I mean. But hopefully I'll see y'all again soon. You know, blah, 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 blah. Ciao, 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 ciao. You too, Jasmine. You too. Hmm.